It's Rosemary. She's been reading your novel. What's it called again? Mind of Sex.
Public is confused. President is virtue. He knows the truth if he thinks it through.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? So, how you doing? 69? Since it's your name and not that rapist who is in prison.
You know, he might have been more popular than me, but I had it before him. And he's in prison.
It's definitely your name and no one else's. So
mine has more subtext.
It does. Well, you don't have rainbow hair either.
That's what they say.
Well, at least in the top of your head.
That looks up for grabs too.
If we're lucky, we'll all have rainbow hair down there. So Yang Gang has a meme problem.
Yeah, you're telling me with the Verge article. It's pretty ridiculous.
It doesn't. I don't see a meme problem. Do you see a meme problem?
No.
I don't understand why you would have a problem. Yeah. Well, yes and no. I don't see how memes would be the issue because, well, one, if you're trying to attract younger people, memes would make sense to have.
Well, he's a relatively unknown candidate, and I think that if he can get more recognition, it'll help him kind of pull ahead of the pack, the Democratic primaries.
Democratic PAC. Super PAC?
Super PAC. Because the Republicans are hoping best case scenario they just rip each other to pieces, but the reality is they might just have a really good front runner and a really good VP.
It's true.
And so we'll Bernie step aside if the Yang Gang.
It's not. This is exactly what they said. It's not politics as usual. It's more like chemical warfare. Are they talking about chemical castration?
Chemical meme fair.
Chemical meme castration? There has been an updated with campaign statement on the Yang sighting at Turning Point. What?
And the memes are funny, man. They're really
funny.
Really funny.
I love how they're calling Gen Z Zoomers.
My favorite is that they've distilled the American political situation into a simple choice.
Yeah.
Same old bullshit, or the same old bullshit plus $1,000 a month.
Plus, yeah. And I'll go for the extra $1,000 a month if I can.
Of course. Absolutely.
And of course they targeted 4chan. Yet again, that targeted harassment. I don't see what the issue with 4chan is. They make some good memes.
I was watching the podcast with old Joe Rogan and Tim Pool.
Kogan.
and so they were talking to those idiots at Twitter.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, you know, any kind of targeted harassment." And then and Alex Jones, I guess, called someone a possum's butthole.
Well, they're probably a possum's butthole.
And that counted as a strike. So, I mean, if they're not hypocrites, they should go back and make sure that everyone who's committed any kind of targeted harassment, aka name calling, should be banned. Right?
Alex Jones, a possum butthole. So
I guess he just went off like, you know how he does. And I mean, and then they kept saying through that whole interview that, oh, sunlight's the best disinfectant, but we ban people.
They made this...
I mean, I agree. Like, if he did retweet a video of a kid, violence being done to a kid, that was inappropriate and he was out of line. But
I feel like
that sounds like
if you had a video of feeding a kid McDonald's Happy Meal, that's violence against a kid, in my opinion.
I mean, you're gonna give him diabetes eventually.
And diarrhea. Anything with the di. You think that's a prefix? Diarrhea, diabetes, Diet Coke.
Fuck.
I think it's a prefix.
I think it means two, doesn't it?
Yeah, or when you die,
Maybe it's like your second. Well, you're getting multiple poops. Your
Multiple
diarrhea.
poops.
That's all I got for you on that.
Brian says psychic vampires rant was the best.
Oh, we have a Brian in here. Huh?
We have a Brian in here, a different Brian, not Brian, but Brian. There's Brian and then there's Brian. Brian is busy.
What's a psychic vampire rant? Oh, and Alex Jones?
Yeah, he was talking about how the vampires are real. Because they suck blood, it was just like a different... It was a mystic way of describing these people.
Brian, do you think that he's had first person contact with a psychic vampire?
Alex, all right, so Alex Jones, 5 most disturbing and ridiculous conspiracy theories. The government has weather weapons. Chemicals in the water
the
are
weather
turning
weapons
frogs
thing
gay.
goes all the way back to the cloud bursting tubes that one guy claimed he could do.
Yeah.
Oh, what was his name? Let me see.
Something Volp.
Yeah, the Cloudbuster. It was this Austrian guy named Wilhelm Reich, and he was like a psychoanalyst. And he like, I think he might have started the orgone thing, because he believed he could channel the orgone energy present in the atmosphere and affect the weather.
Well, what do you think what Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was? It's exactly that. They're just trying to make us comfortable for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Wasn't that a horrible kids movie in like the early aughts?
No, it wasn't the early aughts. It was like 2010. Brian says Alex Jones said psychic vampires feed off the blood of embryos.
Embryos. Hence the abortion issue.
Well, yeah. Well, the blood of the youth makes them young. It makes sense. They are like vampires. They're white.
So by that definition, like half the people at these big tech startups could be psychic vampires.
They probably are.
They're probably born that way.
Zuckerberg is most definitely a tech vampire.
That's why Jack Dorsey's got his little nose stud in there. It's to keep him away.
Yeah, it's to keep him looking way.
Ward off the
and
psychic vampires.
He's warding off the other vampires. Say, hey guys, I'm a vampire. Don't suck me.
Poor sweet Tim Pool. He's gonna get pulled into that whole group.
We'll have to watch that sometime, Brian. I agree with you.
Absolutely, man.
Hillary Clinton is running a sex child ring out Pizza Parlor. Not Pizza Parlor, Pizza Hut. Why are they calling it a Pizza Parlor? Pizza Hut.
You're not supposed to name the corporations by name.
Yeah,
it gives them power.
Pizza Hut is the farthest thing from a parlor. What is being parlayed in Pizza Hut? Does anyone talk to each other? Does anyone even go inside of a Pizza Hut anymore? Most of the Pizza Huts I've seen are just, you just get in there like, what do you want? All right, get out.
I'm pretty sure that the collective stench of all the pizzas and rancid meat drives you away.
Well, it's no Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Oh sure. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese is great because it's twice baked.
It is twice baked, maybe thrice baked sometimes.
Thrice baked
pizza.
And they do this really cool like Art Deco thing with the slices, and the
rockabillys that are entertaining you. See, they're just ahead of the game. They already have robots entertaining you and animatronics. I think they're just ahead of the game. So everyone's talking about Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And my stance is fuck.
Well, how much
Captain
did that
Marvel.
movie gross? Well, it's
pretty gross. I would say so.
Let's see, how much did it gross?
My stance is I don't like movie theaters, so I'm not going to watch a movie in a movie theater.
We're looking at 154 million, not bad. Opening experts.
I can't type. Opening experts. Domestic total as of March 10th, 2019. 154, right? Million. Yeah.
Okay. It's up one. It's up $1 million.
The producers comes more and more true every single time stuff comes up.
Well, there was this whole
455 million worldwide now since the 310, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, there's this whole conspiracy about this whole legion of right-wing trolls that were going to try and ruin the movie and all this stuff, which
Yeah.
obviously was just a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and Rotten Tomatoes turned off the reviews. It was just a marketing ploy to get people in the door, because obviously people
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
disturbed by a
Obviously.
female lead. Wonder Woman did great.
Well, it's not like she's the first female lead. Have you ever seen Nell? And then they had that sweet baby Elliot from E.T. in there, and he was like saying, "Nell, Nell, show me tetombras, Nell. Come
The
on,
fuck are you
Nell.
talking
I'm
about?
Elliot from E.T. Show me those tetombras." You don't remember Nell?
What? No, dude. Is that like the sequel to Old Yeller?
I think Alanis Morissette played Nell. No.
You can't. I don't know. Either way.
Why are they still using HTML pages? That's
Well,
box
I mean,
office.
either the right-wing troll issue was like a complete fabrication and a marketing ploy, or
Oh, it's Jodie Foster.
people were
Wait.
just really weak.
Yeah,
And they
Jodie
just went
Foster.
to see the movie anyway.
Yeah. My stance on movie is I hate movie theaters. Especially like the ones with the lazy boy leather chairs and the disgusting fart sounds it makes when everyone's adjusting them. And then you hear, "Ugh!" And then they're just like adjusting the chair over and over and over again. And then you hear the fork drop and then the popcorn drop. And then the guy farts in the chair. And of course it's amplified because it's leather. That's my opinion.
You don't like this feeling, someone coughing on the back of your head?
That and then the sticky floor, like no one wiped down the loads.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not my idea of a night or a day.
and the guy with COPD next to you just wheezing the whole time. It adds like a nice sort of comforting white noise to the already very loud experience of the theater.
That's pretty racist, man. White noise.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, there was a movie called Stick It that had a female lead. I remember that.
Was that like the sequel to Bring It On?
I mean, there was a movie called about gymnastics.
Gymnastics? There's a movie about gymnastics?
Yeah, it's called Stick It. It had a female lead.
Who cares about gymnastics anymore?
That's
a 90s thing.
Have you ever watched male Olympic gymnastics? Seriously?
Not conventionally.
Those boys can work it up on those rings.
Or the little tourist thing when they're just like tossing around up on the
Brian knows what I'm talking about.
What's it called? The gymnastics thing where it's like a bull and they're like rhyming it?
The bull, right?
Yeah, is it just called the bull?
Isn't it called the bull? Help me out.
Yeah, with that, there he is. Yeah, look at this guy. He's just working it.
Yeah, those guys are so swole.
They're very swole on the bull.
Not only are they swole, they're so lithe they can just swing their
It's just like the thing with gymnastics is the whole room is just powder and like feet.
It's powder, sweat, and hard work, and nothing about that is so appealing.
And
the
feet.
Horse fox.
You forgot
Way
feet.
To go, Brian. Thank you.
I just hate that gymnastics is so 90s. Like anything with gymnastics, ninjas, it's just so 90s.
Gymnastics transcends the just general sort of labels that we apply to the decades. I mean, we get it all the way back from the Greeks in Turkish oil wrestling.
Well, that's everything.
That was the father of gymnastics, I'm pretty sure. You throw on the tight leather breeches, you oil yourself up, and you fish.
Well, as I say, the Greeks invented sex. And the Romans invented sex with women.
I think the Greeks might have been famous for sex with just another type of...
Just a bunch of Macedonian firecrackers.
Jesus. And then Macedonia gave us Alexander the Great. And Alexander the Great gave us the siege attire.
The siege attire?
Yeah.
As in the clothes you wear during a siege?
No.
What's the siege attire?
That's where he sieged this island for, I think, like 5 years.
5 years?
And that's where all the siege technology came from, because it was like previously considered totally unconquerable.
Wasn't that what we did to Haiti? or Spain did to Haiti, and then caused all the mudslides because they took down all the trees with deforestation?
I have no idea.
You have. That's what they did, though. Cortez is like, I hate trees. I don't want.
Dude, did he literally cut them all down because he hated?
Yeah, like Haiti's like permanently graphically different now because he cut down all the trees during the, I guess, Spanish Crusades. I forgot what they're called. Not the Inquisition. I guess it's kind of
Inquisition was an ideological witch
Yeah,
hunt.
exactly. I believe it was.
Yeah, it was just the general.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Crusades because they were in the Middle East.
It was just Spaniarding.
Conquistadors.
Yeah, conquering.
The Crusades.
The Spanish
It
Crusades.
reached far and wide.
Far and wide, and Inquisitions.
All right, Brian. What was the name of that? Like the Spanish conquest of South America. Is there like a classy name for it, like the Crusades?
Yeah, would you know?
Let's make Brian answer all the questions.
Brian answers the hard questions, so we don't have to. Spanish Crusades. Crusade medieval speed. The clash of arms between the Crusades
definitely refer to the Islamic conflict.
All right, Spanish conquering Haiti.
You know, I haven't really got a close look at you, but now that you mention it, you do look a little Spanish, and that's
Wouldn't
a good
your name
thing.
be Briano? History of Haiti.
I guess we could just round it up to Swarthy.
There's nothing wrong with Swarthy.
No, Swarthy's a good look, my man.
That's okay.
Is Sob short for Brian? Is it Spanish for Brian?
Son of Brian. Christopher Columbus landing on the island of Hispaniola. But they don't show Christopher Columbus raping the island of Hispaniola.
And giving them all Columbus AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. The burning of the Plan du Cap massacre.
What was the name of the, obviously it wasn't AIDS, but what was the name of the STD that the Indians gave Columbus and his men?
Oh, the
syphilis, wasn't it?
Yeah, syphilis.
Yeah.
They brought syphilis back.
That was the Islanders' revenge right there.
Yeah. Montezuma's revenge.
Well, no, that was totally different, lower gastric sort of issue.
Well, just any of the natives on this continent, they brought back syphilis because everyone.
Did they all just were they the natives previously immune to it?
I think we're becoming more educational than the History Channel itself by this point.
Yeah, what were we supposed to talk about originally?
I don't know, but I'm fine talking history. That's fun stuff. And it's real.
Educational and
it's educational.
Painful to listen to.
And we've already mentioned the word syphilis at least twice. I think it's already
And the best part about this is we found a Brian.
And we found a Brian
in the wilderness of the internet. We found a Spanish Brian.
Brian, that'll be the segment. Brian answers the hard questions.
About gymnastics.
About gymnastics and Spanish
Alex
Crusades.
Jones. And he speaks some Spanish here.
Spanish.
That's beautiful.
Well, yeah, so Haiti, I know, was completely destroyed when they deforested majority of Haiti during.
Once you deforest an area, all the soil erosion begins, and it's really hard if you're in an island environment to regrow trees.
Yeah, especially there's no topsoil, so everything's sliding and slipping and sliding.
Yeah, absolutely, and it runs right into the ocean, and then that's a problem. Because when I was in Shetland Islands, the Vikings cut down all the trees there. And it was so windy, you just get blown away. If you just held a bed sheet up, you'd probably go flying. Yep, and it was so windy they couldn't regrow trees there, so it's just permanently flat. Yeah,
because as soon as they would go up, they just blow down.
Yep, they could never get out of the sapling phase.
Well, you know that's how Orthodox Jewish people have sex is through a sheet.
Really?
So they probably could not have sex in the Shetland Islands.
Jesus, where does this come from? They're not the only group, are they?
I don't know.
I think to let's.
Maybe people.
What
Maybe
is that called, Brian? What is the sheet hole called? Is it a sheet hole
What is the sheet hole?
that you have sex in?
I don't believe they
What is that
refer to
called,
it as the
Brian?
sheet hole. Maybe that's where glory holes got started out. They're like, hey, I like what they're doing there with the sheet. Maybe we can try this in our bathroom stalls. What do you think?
Religions that copulate
Through a sheet.
in sheet holes.
And sheet holes.
Oh, Google.
We could have a whole show just based on sheet holes.
I think it is just the. Oh, it's Amish. Do the Amish enjoy
The
such
Amish do.
forbidden pleasures as well?
Forbidden sounds.
Well, it's not forbidden for them. It's ideal, I guess.
No, that's like the perfect way to make love is through a sheet for them.
Brian, have you tried that? Not gonna put you on a spot or anything.
You know, I would try it with maybe a good silk.
Yeah, I silk could only help the situation. I think like a coarse linen, I think would be, or a canvas like sail.
Could you imagine their dry cleaning bill?
No comment. That's a yes, Brian.
That's a yes and a maybe a no.
My man.
Depending on how much alcohol is in the bloodstream.
I don't know. It's like one of those questions, Brian. If there is like your just ideal lady, or gentleman or whatever, and like there was a sheet in play, but it's gonna be real scratchy, sort of like sailcloth or burlap.
Maybe that's how it started as well. Maybe they
it
were
was made of fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
I reckon
that's like
you
one of those weighted
that.
blankets. You know those weighted blankets for anxiety? They make a horrible bed for it, by the way.
What? There's
the weighted blankets
for anxiety?
Yeah, it's supposed to help with anxiety.
How?
They have something similar for like cats and dogs. It's called like the thunder cooch
regardless. So you got this weighted blanket and it's on you. Is it supposed to simulate a hug? Is that what's supposed to happen?
That's what's supposed to. And
because
like you're being crushed in the woman's womb when you're a child. When you're being crushed in your mother's womb from the pressure.
So
it's kind of like that.
You got this weighted blanket on you, and it's just like a heavy sort of weight instead of an actual hug. And people pay for this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Weighted blankets, they're great for anxiety. I know they're great for autistic children. Have them too because it calms them down. Huh. Yeah, it eases insomnia and anxiety. Here's what to know before buying one. It's on Home and Garden.
Don't wrap it around your throat, most likely. Don't go swimming with it.
Don't go swimming with a weighted blanket.
Unlike Brian's fiberglass glory hole.
There's a website called tuck.com.
Tuck.com. Good domain.
Bill Fish, how did weighted blankets morph from therapeutic tool to the hottest holiday must-haves? Word of mouth, says Bill Fish, co-founder of Tuck.com, a sleep resource website.
Is there a weighted Snuggie yet?
No, but that's a good idea. You might be, copyright that before.
No, that just goes out to Brian.
Brian's gonna make a business with that. Get that? I have an Amazon store, Brian. Once you make the first prototype, we'll do some business. A good sleeping website, have you ever heard of, was called Sleep Like the Dead.
No,
have you ever heard of Sleep Like the Dead?
Sleep
Like the Dead rates beds and bed
really?
types. It's an amazing website.
Is Sleep Like the Dead your sponsor for this?
I wish.
Mattresses
are expensive. But yeah, I need to plug my sponsor, Sleep Like the Dead, and LaCroix. You hear that, LaCroix? LaCroix? I say LaCroix. Other people say LaCroix. Those are are you a LaCroix or LaCroix? 69?
I say LaCroix.
Yeah,
but only because it makes me feel more fancy.
It does feel a lot fancier when you call it LaCroix versus a LaCroix.
It just rolls off your tongue. LaCroix sounds like some kind of rat trap.
It sounds like some type of t-shirt neck type.
Okay.
Like a LaCroix.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a delicate delectable lime and/or pomegranate.
Well,
sparkly
pamplemousse.
beverage. Well, pamplemousse.
Like,
Yeah, there's
just
pamplemousse.
say pamplemousse liqueur. Just
Pamplemousse liqueur.
one fluid.
Liqueur.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it feels good. It rolls off the tongue.
Really does.
And I feel like we should do some stuff with sheet holes. No comment. Alrighty, guys. Brian, it's been nice. Thank you for answering the hard questions no one could answer.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
We're going off
awesome.
stream. Where these streams are only going to be roughly to 20 to 30 minutes long.
You know, Brian, if only it's an opportunity just to hang out with you, man. It's worth it.
So join us the next time, Brian. You know, we might have some guests sometimes. We might not.
Teach us some Spanish. Tell us about
LaCroix,
Alex Jones, and all the good times.
Sheet holes. So let's do a summary. What is the lesson of the day? What is the moral of the story?
Yeah, that goes out to you, Brian.
You have sex through sheets. You cannot grow cheese on the Shetland Islands. Gymnastics is a hardy sport full of very lithe men.
Alex Jones,
yeah.
Is the
and
I mean, he shouldn't have been banned off social media. Let's just say that.
I agree.
You know,
and
that maybe that's what it ended on. And don't let psychic vampires.
Yeah, don't let psychic vampires and
sample your
Columbus
flavors.
Raped Haiti.
Yeah.
And I think we'll wrap it up with rape.
Now we've killed history, I think we're good.
This has been the History Channel. I'm Man of Sex, 69 here. Have a good night, guys.